good morning, depending on where you're calling from. I know we have a lot of international participants calling from everywhere in the continent, and sharing in the spirit of what we have in the continent is to share about Digital Africa, one of the big data innovations that we currently have, and it's free for anybody to use. And the host will be able to share the slides with you after the presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. So to get you started, our theme here is to unlock the promise of tomorrow from the patterns of the past. That is actually possible based on our mission, where we are supporting all these critical areas: agriculture, food security, water resources, land degradation, urbanization, coastal erosion, name it. So the platform is here to enable people to access analysis-ready data from policymakers, scientists, young people like you, to able to support the various critical areas in these different thematic areas. So the program has been there the last 3 years, and as the opportunity has been to grow, the program now is based at the South Africa National Space Agency in South Africa. However, the program is working with everybody in the continent and trying to fill in the countries, as you can see, having our network of partners in Tunisia, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Niger, Ethiopia, Rwanda, Kenya, and Nigeria. And we continue to grow the partnerships thanks to your support. The program is here so that we can have the Africa we want. So in a summary, this Digital Earth Africa platform enables anyone to access data from free data from Sentinel-1, 2, or Landsat, which I know previously you had to download from a different source. But now everything has been put in the cloud thanks to our partners, Amazon Web Services, who are based in Cape Town, South Africa. And this analysis-ready data is in a format that you can actually use just to look at the various opportunities, looking at coastal erosion, crop monitoring, even looking at the mountains, and name it, the kind of research domain you have. And also we've gone ahead and provide continental services such as the water observation from space, cropland, and et cetera, and we continue to respond to the demands from different areas. You can access the program from any other software, and also we support Africa We Want vision, sustainable development goals, working with partners across the continent, and also supporting even a learning through French and English platform. We have over 3 petabytes of free data, which means that now you're empowered to look at over 30 years from Landsat, Sentinel-2, and even Sentinel-1 because of cloud cover. And also we continue to add additional data sets based on your support and also feedback that we continue to get from everyone. Also, for example, the cropland helps us to get information about where there's been crop production over like 3 years. And we continue to provide this support every 6 months and even 1 year, and also continue to support anyone in the agriculture and food security space. Also, in the other side of continental services, we have the water observation from space, which can show you the variability of water. For example, in your village, you could have your grandfather told you about somewhere where it was water and now it's dried. And when we go build, then we find floods coming in. So this is quite informative, looking at the various landscapes, looking at Lake Chad, Lake Victoria, all these bodies we can look at, and we are all empowered. So moving now to how do we access the data? The platform is free. Digital Earth Africa has 3 interfaces. You can have the DAfrica map, which is for anybody. And then on the sandbox, we have where we want to do some more analysis, and all the notebooks are shared with everybody. And we continue to engage in terms of access to the data, can be through also your QGIS or ArcGIS. And you can learn more in our learning platform, where you can get a certificate of participation, and we continue to work with you so that you are a champion and share your story with the world. So the Digital Earth Africa map is a very simple interface, giving you an access to the various data sets, services, and even you can even develop your own story map, and that you can share as a journalist or even a young person. You can share the story from your community. The sandbox helps us to do more analysis. For example, even working with Africa Women in GIS, who are actually some of the participants, using the sandbox to look at the changes, crop productivity, the extent of the water, coastal erosion, even looking at someone who has been looking at the mangroves in Niger Delta. So this platform is available in English as well as in French, and we continue to provide tutorials as much as possible. So on the notebook sides, we also have the records of these notebooks that we have on the GitHub, so that you can actually go and actually see if you need more notebooks to be added or what can be done to do some kind of revision. However, you are actually empowered to use the platform supporting the various national development agendas for our countries, the Africa Vision in 2063, as well as the Sustainable Development Goals. So, for example, some of these notebooks help us to address some of these areas, as you can look quickly. Agriculture, food security, looking at the water resources, looking at vegetation, also look at urbanization and also land degradation, coastal erosion, and name it. There are many opportunities that you can do. And also, since we are young people, we can even look at the machine learning opportunities for your investigation. So we normally have live sessions every week on Wednesday, 11 a.m. GMT 0 time. This will be like 12 p.m. in West Africa time, where we connect with different users across the continent in English and French, and we document some of the stories that we share, either developing tutorials, topics like the topic on this Wednesday was on coastline erosion. So we provide that in our YouTube channel, in the live sessions, and also you'll have this access to this PowerPoint so that you can actually see where you can start and also be empowered to use the platform. So from the other side is that since now you've been able to access the platform, the other step is for you to make a story out of it. You could use it to look at the wetlands, looking at water quality, looking at the coastlines, looking at the mangroves or other phenomena that you have. So for example, I've been working with one of the scientists in Botswana, looking at the Kavango, which is shared by 3 countries, and actually going further to the Botswana, we've been able to see some changes because of climate change, which is actually real. And also you can share your story. Maybe we are looking at Lake Chad, you're looking at other lake, or even looking at other systems that you have in your area. So also we have a tool which is called Wetlands, which can give you an overview about small wetlands, giving you an opportunity to know how the changes has been, looking also at opportunities of how the water has dried and what is on top, either there's green vegetation or bare soil or green soil. So this is a case of Lake Ngami, which has really shrinked because of climate change, decreased rainfall in most parts of our southern part of Africa. So also looking at Lake Chad, here we are working with Agreement in Niger, using the platform to provide insights into what has been happening over the 30 years, and the phenomenon looks quite not so good. And it's possible now with all this imagery to see the trends and even plot the days where it was really low and even when there is a recharge because of rainfall. So also in close home in Nigeria, I've been working with Afrigists who are based in Ife, Nigeria, providing insights into flooding which occurred in Lokoja. So we are using Landsat Sentinel-2 images, and also we are using Sentinel-1 image because of cloud cover, and we were able to develop a story where you can see the changes, looking at areas which are prone, and all the scripts are shared on GitHub, and you can learn more on this model which we're developing with Afrigist for you to be empowered, and even videos and tutorials, both in English and French. So also moving close to the coastlines, we've been working with the Center de Sauvegarde Écologique in Senegal, working on the coastline service, which is now available for the whole Africa. And here was just a case of looking at some of the areas in the coast of Senegal over 10, 20 years. And we were able to see quite interesting changes. And even we were able to do some validation with our partners. So also going now close to like climate change, looking at the East Coast, where we were looking at how we can map mangroves, and working with the lecturers from the State University of Zanzibar and their students from the Youth Mapper Network. We were able to see how we can work together with the community to inform them what is happening. So it means using the platform, you can actually now go further and develop a story and work with the community to come up also with a story that we can document. And this was quite a good story, which was documented by Amazon Web Services as part of a climate documentary. So from here, how can we start? We can look at the training courses that we have in English and French, looking at the introduction to the sandbox, and our contacts are here. And also we continue to support you in terms of where you finish. And also when you get to finish the course, you'll get a certificate of participation, which will be really nice adding to your resume as well as opportunities that you can use the platform for your own work or for your own business. The platform is here for everybody, and also we continue to connect with you. Our contacts are here. We continue with the live sessions every week, and also looking forward that you may connect with us and you'll be empowered. Thank you so much, dear participants, and also here acknowledging our partners from across the continent. And very soon we'll be having many more partners so that we can have the Africa we want. So as they say, you can only go, you can go faster, but together as a village, we can move further. Thank you so much, dear participants, and back to the moderator.